Hey guys, it's Brad. Welcome to Arcidosso. We're in the very southern part of Tuscany in the region of Grosseto. And we're here today to see one of our subscribers, Mark, who is selling his apartment here. Now, he's not selling it and moving away. He's selling it because he's already bought another place and he really enjoys fixing this stuff up. And I gotta tell you, they did a phenomenal job renovating this apartment. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment that they're selling for just 99,000 euros. Now, Arcidosso has everything that you could possibly want. It has medical, it has dental, it has tons of grocery stores, lots of restaurants, more than 50 restaurants between Arcidosso and its sister city right next door, 3 kilometers away. There's excellent bus service. I think I've already shown you in this video the video from driving in. So you see the buses, you see all the shops, you see all the people. This is not a dead, hidden village somewhere. Yet you can find a beautiful apartment like this in the Centro Storico, in the historic district, for under 100,000 euros. It's mind-boggling. I had put the call out for people to contact me, bradsworld8@gmail.com, and let me tell your story. Let me show your property. Let me talk about what it was like for you moving to Italy, whether you're on a retirement visa or a work visa, or you're starting a business here or an investment visa. Please write me. And it is something that is so educational, because the reason I do my channel is to help people do what I've already done, which is completely change my life, move to Italy, and enjoy a much healthier, much cost-effective lifestyle. And they would love to hear your story too. It's a way for you to pay it forward and help people out. So please write me. Now let's go meet up with Mark, because you are going to be blown away with this amazing transformation they pulled on this apartment, which could be yours. And all you have to do is come and drop your bags, because I think it even includes the towels and the spoons in the selling price. All right, let's get going. All right, guys, let's go see this place. Let's see what Mark's done. Wow. Mr. Mark, you outdid yourself, man. Really. Everybody, welcome to Mark's home. This is fabulous, man.
Thank you.
We were walking over here, and you were saying that you wanted to keep the element of Tuscany, but give it some modern conveniences.
Yeah, the idea, the formula was Tuscan charm plus modern conveniences. So how can we make that happen without losing the Tuscan charm?
Well, you have it in here.
When my partner came up with the idea of these track lightings among the beams, I thought, no, that's going to ruin the Tuscan charm. But then when we put it up there, we found out, oh no, it complements it. So it was the balancing act of trying to combine modern elements that an American or foreigner would be used to and would find convenient, while preserving the idea or the feeling that I'm in the middle of Tuscany in a 15th century house.
Yeah. Yeah. So 15th century?
15th century, yes.
So 1400s, folks.
Yeah.
And the view, look at those hills. Mm-hmm. And since we're looking at windows, I wanted to point out, these are double pane and they're very nice. But these aren't just the cheapy vinyl ones from Obi. These are older wood.
Yeah, these are the original windows. But we had them renovated because we wanted to keep more of the heat in and more of the cold out. So we put double pane windows in a few months ago.
That's very nice and solid. It's so quiet.
Yeah.
The fireplace is functioning. They decided, because we're in the centro storico and bringing in all the wood and leño, they wanted to just go with this look since they're kind of part-timers. But it is a fully functioning fireplace, and I love all the detail on it. Nice size fridge. One of the best things about this place, I think, is that it's totally turnkey.
Yes.
You'll give me spoons.
All you have to do is bring your toothbrush. We'll give you the spoons. We'll give you the plates. We'll even leave the copper pots and pans. The nice thing about the over here, we have a pantry where we can store a lot of things for the kitchen. We're going to leave all the nuts and bolts for someone to just bring their clothes and their toothbrush. And the reason for that is because we have our eye on renovating another place, which is a shambles right now. So we want to go in, and if we sell this place, invest the money in that. And we learned a lot from this. When we started this renovation, we didn't know how permissions from the government worked, how to get a contractor, where to find supplies. So we learned all that in this process. All the work has been permitted according to code. So we think our next renovation will go a lot smoother because we can apply that knowledge. So, and because there's really no place to store all this stuff, we thought we would just sell as is. And plus our choices, as you can see, the green and the green. And we developed a theme, sort of a modern 1950s industrial look. So everything sort of goes together in the house. And that's another reason why we want to leave everything, so that whoever comes in can just walk in, feel comfortable, and see that the house isn't furnished with odds and ends, but everything comes together. Right.
And I'd like to point out to everybody that you're tall. So don't think this is a low ceiling. This is a tall mark.
Yeah, 6'2".
All right, I'm going to see this pantry, because you never get pantries hardly ever.
Yeah.
Especially a lit pantry. So any kind of extra space is super nice.
Yeah, we installed all that shelving.
All right, very nice. So
induction
stove, cooktop. I assume that's the dishwasher.
Yeah.
Nice big fridge.
Yeah.
All right, I'm heading up to see the. By the way, this is your 15th century key.
That's right. There you go.
All right, let's go see the master, because the master is also very nice. Like the stonework on the steps too.
Mm-hmm. We had it recently painted, so the painter had to get up there on the ladder and paint between the stones and between the wood. He did a good job, but it was a chore.
So easily fits a king bed.
Yeah,
which is new.
Yeah. New bed, new mattress. That's a handmade mattress.
Has pellet heating.
Pellet heating for upstairs. And there's the electric for downstairs.
And what else does that heat, the pellet heater?
The pellet heater actually is a powerful heater, and when we leave the door open, it heats the whole level. We have additional towel racks / heaters in each of the bathrooms if we need extra heat. Mm-hmm. But usually this provides too much heat.
Right.
So we turn it on for a few hours. It gets the stones warm, and then after that we turn it off, and it keeps the upper level, warm all night.
Nice. And this goes up to storage, which is the same footprint as this bedroom.
Correct. There's
Okay.
a big area for storage. We were going to use this side as an office, but then we decided we had enough office space, so we just put all of our stuff up there.
Gotcha. Okay. Very nice. Nice furniture, folks. And look at the door. It's so clean and nice, but the detailing is just so amazing in here, and all for under 100,000 K. By the way, I've done like 250 property tours.
Oh wow!
This is nice. This is top. You know, you're a one percenter.
We wanted to have an open field, not cluttered. Like it was very cluttered.
No, it's clean and nice, but fits the, you know, the feel of the area. Everybody knows I'm a big fan of beams that watches my channel, and these are just excellent. So this is a auxiliary heater too.
Yeah.
It was actually on, and it's quite warm in here. More double pane windows. Just goes out to a breezeway of the street. You can actually look at this. You see the old text above the window? Thousand-year-old towns are full of history.
Yeah, the Via Francigena, which was a pilgrimage route, came near here. That's why the Knights Templar were in this area, because they would provide housing for pilgrims along the way. And so in Arcidosso, in some of the houses, you'll see etchings that date from the time of the Knights Templar.
I walk that all the time.
Oh, is
Yeah,
that right?
I walk it from Siena to San Curico.
Oh, wow.
It's about 50 miles. It's a 2-day walk.
Yeah.
But it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So nice big shower like that. And then over here we have something else that's a unicorn, as they say, a washer and a dryer, which is nice. And everything here is brand new. Brand new water heater. Nice to never run out of hot water.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is the second bedroom, or it could be a bigger living room. They're using it. Living room. They're using it as an office. Is this a pull-out?
It's a pull-out, yeah.
Okay, so this is a pull-out sofa bed.
It's actually a comfortable bed, not a...
No kidding. Wow.
And brand new bathroom.
Okay, so they put this in. This was not here at all. Nice big shower. In Italy, this is a 2-person shower. Yeah. Very nice. Rain head. And then we'll use Marcus scale when I spin. Not a bad guess. Very nice.
I love the wood beams.
Oh, especially in the cross beams. You know, the cross panels.
Yeah.
is just fabulous.
Yeah.
So, Mark, how was the process for you with getting the work done? You completely redid this kitchen. You did a whole new bathroom. Everything got painted. You were living here at the time. What did you think of that process?
Well, at the time, it was overwhelming because we lived within the renovation. So at one point, we had no kitchen. We only had a functioning toilet, and we had no hot water. So what we were doing was going to the gym to use the bathroom and the shower. So that was the hard part. If we did it again, I think we would budget for living outside of the renovation. But the positive thing about living within a renovation was that the house revealed itself to us what needed to be done. When we first walked in, we thought the kitchen was fine. It was a rustic Tuscan kitchen. But after a couple of weeks of using it, we realized, oh, there's nowhere to put the pots and pans. Washing dishes all the time because there's no dishwasher is becoming a drag. So gradually, and then the stove, we turn on the oven, the electricity would go off all the time. So we realized, oh, we hadn't thought of the kitchen. And eventually we evolved to we need to put in a new kitchen. Um, I think the process was, well, people here are shocked at how short it took. To us, it seemed like it took forever, but it took about 7 weeks from start to finish because we had a great contractor. He was a workhorse.
I guess with his name Merlin. I mean, I tell people we took a year doing our big renovation,
Yeah.
and bathrooms to the wall, kitchen to the wall. And I thought it took forever. And I was like, a year? And everyone in town was like, oh my God, only a year?
Yeah.
7 weeks that's fabulous.
Yeah.
Wow.
People tell us it's unheard of. Fortunately, we have a realtor who became our friend, and he introduced us to all his contacts. So we hired
He
him.
should. Yeah, that's good realtor.
So we had an architect, and he went to Grosseto, to the county government, got all the permissions to make sure everything's according to code. And then our realtor knew a contractor, knew where to get supplies, so he referred us out. So all those contacts came together, and I think that's what enabled us to finish it in 6 or 7 weeks. But when we were doing it, we really didn't have any understanding of where to find materials and how anything worked. We finally discovered Technomat, which is Home Depot basically in Italy. We discovered where the specialty stores are, but sometimes they were gonna, like when they were gonna install tile in the bathroom, and we realized there was no tile. We had to run out and find the right tile the day before. So it was stressful. It was stressful because we didn't know where to go to find things. But we learned so much that we figured we could put that knowledge to use in the future too.
Yeah, well, it sounds like you might be doing that real soon.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit, because one big question for people, I don't know if you know, I know you guys had thought about maybe getting residency here, but you've decided for now just to go with the 90 in, 90 out.
Yes.
And they've actually started making it much harder. It's very difficult now to even get an appointment to go try to get your visa, let alone getting one. How's the experience been for you with not always being here, but kind of coming and going?
Well, we always tell our friends who ask us, establishing a life in Italy is so much easier than what we thought it would be. And the reason for that is we gradually overcame the idea that it doesn't have to be all or nothing. We have friends who are all or nothing, who just came here. We have a couple of friends that came here without the necessary paperwork and figured they could figure it out here, and somehow they got legal. So there's a lot of roads to establishing a life in Italy. So finally we decided, what is the way that would fit our lifestyle better? Because we have commitments, including work commitments in California, and we couldn't figure out how to free ourselves of those. So that's when we decided, okay, the 90-90 rule. Out of 180 days, you can be here 90 days in the EU. So we decided to come in the spring and fall, which has pleasant weather and less tourists, for 2 to 3 months each time, maintaining our residence in California. And that's like the easiest solution for us, because we don't have to worry about paperwork, we don't have to worry about residency. We lease a car, which is less than renting. So we have all these components that came together, and it makes for a very easy time establishing a life in Italy instead of taking the total leap. Another thing we realized, what was holding us back is we thought we had to have it all figured out before we started. So what if we get sick, and how does the health system work, and how do I access this, and how does accounting work? How do we pay taxes? And we decided, let's just go there and start. So we started gradually, first 2 weeks, then a summer, then a year lease, and then buying. So for us, taking the baby steps helped build our confidence, and then we sort of just figured things out along the way, and we're still figuring things out.
Well, as someone who's done it and went in with both feet, ready, fire, aim, myself, I can tell you, it's a pain in the ass trying to get your visa, and then your permiso de soggiorno, and then your healthcare thing. And now I'm into taxes. I had to come up with, there was like 40 line items of things that I needed to do, wealth tax from the US. And in the end, we're much better off financially and health-wise here. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying you saved yourself a lot of hassle by just doing the 180 days a year to start. And you can always start coming here full time.
Yeah, I think that could be wise for somebody maybe who's not sure. They have a dream and they don't know what it's going to feel like in reality. So doing it gradually, like we did, is one option. You know, starting out with shorter periods with renting, and then gradually moving into long periods and seeing what reveals itself to you. But for us, that was a really good way because we avoided a lot of those hassles and problems. Plus, as you know, being here, so many things in Italy depend on relationships.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, we have friends in Puglia, that's where we started out. And so, not knowing how healthcare works and not knowing so many things, they connected us and made things easier. But even here, when we were getting the renovation of the house going, we didn't know, like at the comune, at the local government, how to get permissions. But because our realtor has an architect who knows somebody in the office, things that normally would take months, he got through, pushed through in like 3 days. So it's relationships that matter here, and that realization really helped us also, that to take the time to form relationships, not just for a utilitarian, but when you do need something, your friends here can often direct you to how to get it resolved.
And I always tell people, and I just did a video on it, you can start by doing what you guys did, very smart, and then when you want to bump it up a notch, you can maybe start traveling a little bit, go over to Albania, go to the UK. If you want to be out of the US, I always say, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here after the 90 days. So those are other options. So I think it's all great. I think you guys did excellent. It's a beautiful home. I'd like everybody, if you can, thank Mark in the comments. He doesn't have to open up his home like this. I mean, yes, it's for sale, and he wants to have good quality people see it. But he doesn't have to tell you all this background information. It's super important because I'm telling you, there's thousands and thousands of people every month that are bouncing and coming to Italy. So it's great to have people like yourself that are forging the way and willing to tell them. So we really appreciate it. If you guys have any questions on this property, go into the description and the listing will be there. You can get in with Mark's excellent real estate agent here in town. They'll take great care of you. 99,000, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and you see the condition. It's absolutely fabulous. I don't have to beat a dead horse. I hope some of my subscribers are able to pick this up. All right, we'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much, Mark.
Thank you so much, Brad.
All right, we'll see you guys soon. Ciao, guys.